Hello, good morning, good afternoon. This is Dr. Oguname. I'm just taking a walk and taking a nice walk here with my beloved brother, a king. And we were just sharing some ideas. So I prefer to record it and transform it into a soul food, because the ingredients are always there. So the food is always ready. So my brother, in this life we have now,
Yes.
what are one of the questions you have personally when it comes to life in general?
Okay.
What are like the questions you have personally?
Yeah. Sometimes in life,
Yeah,
imagine things do comes to your mind,
yeah,
and sometimes you don't really know the path to follow. Sometimes you can hear different voices, like you want to do something like this. The other one will be saying, do it like this.
yeah.
How do you really follow up and know the right voice to follow, so that you won't go and go astray? So
Wow.
that's the question I have.
Thank you so much for this question. This is a very beautiful question. So what he's asking now is, in life, in our head, we all hear different voices. We all hear different things like ideas, contribution, like suggestion, all in one head. And sometimes all these voices is only coming out just because of one specific thing. Let's say, for example, your wife tell you are pregnant, or your girlfriend, because a wife is different thing entirely. Let's say a girlfriend tell you I am pregnant, and as a man, you have not achieved things you want in life. You have not created the right environment now for a new baby. Then let's say you now sit down and start thinking, what will I do now? At that moment, dang, it becomes like a studio
Yeah.
where different DJ is playing different music, where different DJ is making different kind of mix, and all this now is just coming as a thought to the head from different places. Why is it like this, and how do you later recognize the right voice? This is a very beautiful question. I've done a lot of teachings before relating to things like this, especially my teaching when I talk about Uromila and how the brain really functions. As it goes on a ride, our head, our brain, which people now call brain, is like a antenna. And this antenna always draw signal and give out signal, which you can call transmitting. This our antenna is always transmitting, and sometimes those signals that is coming is what now generate into what we call thoughts.
Yeah.
Different thoughts, different voices. But the thing is, in between those thoughts, there is one sacred voice, and that is the voice of our spirit guide. That is the voice of our higher self, and that is the voice that is our only truth. But the difficulties humans are having is, how do we create silence to those noise from those different DJs, so we cannot hear that real voice that have something to give us? This is always the challenge, and this is why we talk about stillness, nothingness. Stillness and nothingness is what give birth to that state of consciousness where you become so present with your now. That moment where you are present with your now automatically becomes like a river or a lake that the water settled down. So that moment the water settled down, all the depth will go down, and the clean one will be what you will be seeing. But as a man, your body is made up of 70% water. So it still also needs to be settled down. And how can you practice that stillness that can help you settle it down? Is to just first take a very deep breath and then be present of the conscious self of your now. What is the conscious self of your now? We are here right now. I am here with me and my body. And there is a tree with different branch. Then you observe the branch, you observe the leaf, without thinking about your bank account, without thinking about your job, without thinking about your mother, your father, your baby, your wife. Because at this moment right now, you are just here. And that's all you are doing right now. That does not mean you don't love your wife, you don't love your children, you don't love your mother, you don't love your father. It simply means the knowledge of self have expanded and you are simply present of your now. At that moment where you are simply present of here now, that is when the silence comes to the mind, and that is when you hear the divine guidance messages that will not lead you or give you information and say, this is how it is, this is how it functions, and this is the right way to go. But without the silence of the mind, you can never hear that voice. And those silence of the mind can never come for as long as you are walking in a very beautiful place like this, but your mind is thinking, I have a duplex in Ikoyi, or I want a duplex in Ikoyi, or I want to give my daughter this, or I want to give my wife this. That automatically will take you away from this presence, and the head will just be busy thinking about things. Yes, they might be important, but not at that present moment now. So you start living in the absence of your now. And when you are in the absence of your now, that voice can never settle down. That voice will always be increasing more and more. At the end, you become like a dog who follows smell around. Dog follows smells. Yeah. But we are human beings. We are gods and goddesses, so we are not dogs. So we don't have to follow smell. We have to be in charge of our own thoughts, so that we are not the one controlling the thought. Right now I'm thinking about my father. The next moment I think about my mother. The other moment I think about my child. Right now I think about me. Right now I am eating. So always being present is what gives us internal peace. It's what gives us long life. It's what even gives us a creative idea to be able to overcome or solve those problems which normally you would just stay hours and hours and think about. At the end, you can't do nothing about it. So we have to learn to be conscious and present with ourselves. So that is like the kind of answer I have for this type of your question. So as a own human being that you are, how do you resonate with this answer? How do you feel it? How do you... Hold on, let this train go by. Because it's very important when you get information, there is a way your body feel about it. There's a way your mind feel about it. That's what we now call resonating. So as an individual person, as a matured person that you are, how do you resonate with what you just heard now?
Yeah, to me, I felt the answer is a very correct answer. The way you explained it, I see it as a matured mind, because really some of those things really affect me. You know, at a time I think like 5-6 things at a moment. I can't just be present.
Yeah.
Like even like as I am now, think of my
Yeah.
my child, think
Yeah.
of mother, think of how to
Exactly.
raise up another building,
Yeah.
thinking a lot of things, and sometimes it makes the brain go
Yeah.
very
Run out.
heavy,
Yeah.
run out. So that answer I feel is a very good one. So, and I thank you, and I enjoyed it.
I thank you too for the
Yeah.
question. We just we are taking
Yeah.
a walk and we were doing this kind of like enlightening each other, and I felt like also transforming it into a soul food. So this is the soul food for today. I wish you all a very nice day.
Okay.
And please keep on subscribing to our YouTube channel, African Spiritual Institute. We send you peace, we send you love, and we send you joy. Bye-bye.
Bye.